Namaste and a very warm welcome, Bharat, to our show. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
So, wanted to start from your journey. What exactly ignited the dream, I would say, or probably the fire to start a brand that is specifically into quality and health segment,
Well,
or
it's
probably an instance for that matter.
okay. Well, I'll take you a little bit back. Why exactly this firm has been started and what exactly came in my mind before starting this company. So I was heading one of the multinational company in India. It's an actuarial science firm I was heading in India. Basically, I was the corporate director. So I set it up the entire corporate structure for that company in India for the global operations. In 2019, something happened, and suddenly I was asked to leave the job. It was not because of the performance, but shifting in the management side, and that adjustment was not good for me. So I decided to start my own firm because that was something. It really shaken me up when that happened. All of a sudden, when you are asked to leave, when you're not even aware that it is coming at your way. So it becomes very difficult to accept that fact that why me. I did a lot of hard work there. I grew that firm from scratch in terms of the corporate structures, but it's okay. It's a part of a journey. It happens with most of the people these days. In the COVID, so many people lost their jobs, even their lives as well. So the first 3 months after quitting the job, it was very difficult for me because my wife was pregnant at that point in time. It was difficult for me to coming with the terms that it's no more. There is no source of income. Although I got a very good severance package when I moved out of the company. बट वो एक ऐसा टाइम होता है कि बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है किसी के लिए भी. इवन कभी किसी ने देखा ना हो, फर्स्ट टाइम होता है. अब आगे तो होगा तो आई डोंट केयर, क्योंकि वो चीज़ आई एम ओवर फ्रॉम दैट. सो अब कुछ करना था, एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली उस समय कोविड दरवाजे पे खड़ा था सबके. जॉब्स थी नहीं, एंड स्पेशली व्हेन यू कम डाउन फ्रॉम अ टॉप पोजीशन, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू गेट बैक ऑन दैट पोजीशन बिकॉज पिरामिड इज़ वेरी स्मॉल. ऊपर की जो लेयर है वहाँ पे जाना जॉब के लिए बहुत कंपटीशन बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है. सो अब खाली तो बैठ सकते नहीं थे, कुछ करना ही था. समझ नहीं आ रहा था क्या कर सकते हैं, कहाँ जाना है, कौन सी फील्ड में जाना है. एक्सपर्टीज़ बहुत गेन करी थी, बहुत कम एज में बहुत टॉप पोजीशन पे पहुंच गया था मैं. 31 ईयर्स की एज में आई वाज अ डायरेक्टर इन इंडियन फर्म. देन स्टडी किया कि क्या करा जा सकता है. कुछ समझ नहीं आया. 2-3 चीज़ें करके देखी, वो सही नहीं हुई. फिर मुझे एक इंस्टेंस याद आया बिकॉज इन 2018 आई वाज इन यूएस. वहाँ पे ऐसे ही मैं शॉपिंग करने गया था इन वन ऑफ द ग्रॉसरी स्टोर्स देयर. सो मैंने एक बहुत बड़े ब्रांड का स्पाइस प्रोडक्ट खरीदा था वहाँ से. सो द क्वालिटी जो वहाँ पे थी, इवन द पैकेजिंग जो था, वैसा इंडिया में भी नहीं आता. सो आई वाज अंडर द इम्प्रेशन कि मे बी यहाँ पे बेटर क्वालिटी आती होगी. सो वो ट्रू है, आती है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारी कंट्री में जो क्वालिटी ऑफ द फूड प्रोडक्ट्स है वो एट पर नहीं होते जो यूएस और यूरोप में मिलते हैं, क्योंकि इन कंट्रीज़ ने अपना एक स्ट्रक्चर बनाया हुआ है कि यू हैव टू पास सर्टेन टेस्ट्स इफ़ यू वांट टू एक्सपोर्ट टू यूएस और यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़. यूरोप इज़ वेरी मच स्ट्रिंजेंट ऑन द फूड क्वालिटी, बट इंडिया में भी है फूड सेफ्टी इन स्टैंडर्ड अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया FSSAI, वो भी बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. बट उस लेवल पे नहीं पहुँचे हैं अभी हम लोग जहाँ पे यूरोप और यूएस के फूड क्वालिटीज़ FDA पहुँचे हुए हैं. क्वालिटी में डिफरेंस पता चला खाने के बाद. सो फ्रॉम देयर इट क्लिक माई माइंड कि नहीं, इसी में कुछ करते हैं. अब स्पाइसेस की नॉलेज थी नहीं बिकॉज माई बैकग्राउंड वॉज इन टू दी मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टिंग एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी. काफ़ी सारी कंपनीज में मैंने जॉब करी, ऑलमोस्ट 15 ईयर्स. तो स्पाइसेस का तो कुछ भी नहीं पता था क्या हुआ, मतलब कैसे स्टार्ट करना है. माइंड में होता है हम सब लोगों के कि स्पाइसेस बीन्स लिया, पीसा, बेच दिया. ऐसा होता नहीं है. इट्स टोटली अ डिफरेंट गेम. व्हेन यू गेट इनटू दिस बिजनेस इट्स टोटली डिफरेंट. So I joined NSIC, National Small Industries Corporation. It's based out in a lot of states in India. The head office is in Delhi. I enrolled myself there for a spice project. It was a 3 to 4 months project. And from there I learned the entire dynamics of the spice business. That what exactly is involved, what kind of grades are there, different kind of spices, how to select the proper quality, what kind of machineries will be there. वहाँ से एक project किया, बहुत अच्छे से सीखा. मोस्टली NSIC एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के साथ करता है, बट उसमें हर तरीके के लोग आते हैं. आपको बहुत पुअर लोग भी दिखेंगे वहाँ पे जो कुछ करना चाहते हैं, अपना उद्योग लगाना चाहते हैं, एंड आपको बहुत अच्छे फैमिली के लोग भी मिलेंगे जो करना चाहते हैं. द बेस्ट पार्ट इज़ कि सब इक्वल है वहाँ. यू गेट टू मीट लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट पीपल, आप जिनके साथ अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर कर सकते हैं, एंड देन यू कैन लर्न अकॉर्डिंगली. सो मैंने काफ़ी अच्छी मतलब दोस्ती भी करी वहाँ पे जो आज तक टच में हैं. दे आर हेल्पिंग मी इन माई बिजनेसेस एज वेल. उसके बाद जब मैंने स्टार्ट करी कंपनी, देन कोविड आ गया, द फर्स्ट लॉकडाउन. We literally took the premises on the lease. We paid the lease amount. We bought the machineries, and everything was just shut down behind the walls because we were not able to do any business because of COVID. 6 months was, I mean, it was a disaster, totally wasted. After 6 months, when the first lockdown lifted up, we reopened it again, but we realized now it's not going to work because there were no workers available. The people you need to perform in the production. Um, After that, we shifted our company from one place to another place because we needed some better place where workers are available, because most of the people went back to their villages. And we ended up wasting more than 40 lakhs at that point in time because 8 months went by and we did nothing. And the moment we started, the second lockdown came in the picture. And then it was there for almost 6-7 months. So if I conclude in the entire journey from the inception of the company and what exactly happened after that, so 15-16 months, more than that in fact, it was a total waste. कुछ नहीं कमाया, सिर्फ गंवाया, सिर्फ पैसे दिए, रेंटल भरा, सैलरीज दी जो लोग थे. So it was a very painful thing. Then second lockdown आया उसके बाद. It was an eye opener for everybody. Even we lost one of the closest family members in the second COVID, who's supposed to join me in this journey. But company moves on. कुछ कर नहीं सकते उस चीज़ का. 2020 के एंड में हमारी कंपनी ने अच्छा बिजनेस करना शुरू किया. We launched our first product into the spices segment, and that to be from only one product, turmeric powder. We just started with this because procuring the raw material was also a big challenge at that point in time. स्पाइसेस में बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं और उन प्रोडक्ट से और भी सब प्रोडक्ट्स बनते हैं. सो आपको बहुत सारा रॉ मटेरियल लेना पड़ता है. वो प्रोक्योरमेंट बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट था हमारे लिए इन दैट टाइम फ्रेम, जस्ट आफ्टर द सेकेंड लॉकडाउन वॉज अपलिफ्टेड. लेकिन वहाँ से जो जर्नी हुई हमारी बहुत अच्छी गई. इट वेंट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 4 months we made a profit of somewhere around, we made a sale, not profit, sale of somewhere around 25 lakhs in just 3 to 4 months. उसके बाद I mean we are still growing rapidly. We are doing good. We are about to meet our break even. So spices का major जो आपका question था कि why spices, इसके पीछे 2 reason है. मुझे कुछ करना था and मुझे जॉब नहीं मिली उस समय. I am being very honest. And second, unfortunately ये एक ऐसी it's a $50 billion market, and जितने भी brands हैं, if you combine all of them, their share is only 15 to 20%. That's the reason most of the big companies these days are diving into this segment. You take the name of big giants, they have been acquiring the small companies. Most of the spices companies are not even owned by Indians. They have been purchased a long time back. Big brands, I will not take the name of any brand, but they have been bought by external investors. It's a big market. And irony is the number one company in the spices is not an Indian company, and 70 to 80% spices got export from India, and we are not even on the top level. Yeah. So that is the thing. That's unfortunate. I mean, we should be on the top because we are producing most of the spices in India. Other than this, the quality which goes outside from our country is different, and what we consume in India is totally different.
And why is that gap?
The gap is into the pricing, Nidhi, because what happens, for every category, for every crop, there are certain grades. For example, I'll take an example of coriander. There are 4-5 grades in that. The top grade usually get exported because it get passed very easily in the tests. For example, Europe, I mean, they are very strict in terms of the food safety. So if you are a trader or a manufacturer, you want to send your products to Europe, you will purchase a very high quality product so that it just passes all the tests. It should not fail. Otherwise, your consignment will be totally blocked at that port, or even it might not cross the Indian port. यू हैव टू गेट अ क्लियरेंस फ्रॉम स्पाइसेस बोर्ड ऑफ इंडिया. सो लेकिन उसके नीचे भी 4-5 ग्रेड्स हैं जो भी हम लोग खाते हैं, ईजिली खाते हैं. और इस बिज़नेस में नाउ आई मीन बहुत सारे यंग लोग आ रहे हैं इसमें. 15-20 साल पहले इसमें ज़्यादा कोई ध्यान देता नहीं था. It used to be like a lala business.
Lala business.
Yes. But now more and more educated people are coming into this business. They are focused in terms of sustainable manufacturing, good qualities, GMOs as well. So अब आने वाले कुछ 10 सालों में आपको क्वालिटी बहुत अच्छी भी होती दिखेगी. So मैंने जब ये फर्म शुरू करी थी तो उस समय माइंड में मोडस ऑपरेंडी यही था दैट doesn't matter what, we will be selling only the high quality product, and that to be in the Indian price bracket only. You will be surprised अगर मैं आपको बताऊंगा same turmeric powder top quality grade sells between $5 to $10 in Canada and US, and the same quality you can sell easily in 30 to 35 rupees in India. But people still buy, most of the manufacturers they still buy the lowest grade so that they can mint more money. So ये एक बहुत बड़ा चेन है, इसको तोड़ना इजी नहीं है बिकॉज यू कैन नॉट कंट्रोल एवरीबडी इन टर्म्स ऑफ द क्वालिटी. ग्रेजुअली ये ठीक हो जाएगा. तो यही 2 रीज़न थे. मुझे एक अच्छा रीज़न मिला कि इसमें कुछ करना चाहिए क्योंकि हमारे देश में ही उग रहा है और बाहर के लोग हम ही अच्छी क्वालिटी नहीं खा रहे और बाहर अच्छी जा रही है. जानी चाहिए बाहर भी अच्छी क्योंकि इट्स अबाउट द इमेज ऑफ आवर कंट्री, बट अपने देश के लोगों को भी अच्छा खाना मिलना चाहिए. कुछ ब्रांड्स वाकई में बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं. दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग वेरी गुड क्वालिटी. मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द ब्रांड्स को टाइम लगेगा उस लेवल पे आने में बिकॉज एक चैलेंज ये भी है कि रूरल मार्केट भी है हमारी, बहुत बड़ी मार्केट है जो कि जीटी मार्केट के अंदर आती है, जनरल ट्रेड. अगर आप उनको बहुत एक्सपेंसिव ग्रेड देंगे सो दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू परचेज. बट अब वो डायनामिक्स चेंज हो रहे हैं. जब से डिजिटलाइजेशन आया है यू कैन सी रूरल मार्केट की जो बाइंग कैपेसिटी है वो बढ़ रही है. मोस्ट ऑफ द ब्रांड्स आर फोकसिंग इन Tier 3 Tier 4 सिटीज़ नाउ. इवेंचुअली वो वहाँ भी अच्छी क्वालिटीज़ पहुँचनी शुरू हो जाएगी. सो अच्छा लगता है देख के कि चीज़ें इंप्रूव हो रही हैं. सो यही रीज़न था, क्वालिटी, एंड आई हैव टू डू समथिंग. सो मैंने इसी में कुछ करना ज़रूरी समझा.
No, glad you took that step. Ideally क्या होता है as you were saying it was a very hard time for you, that wife is pregnant, you didn't have a job in hand, you chose to start something of your own, and that too in a space जो कि आपके लिए बिल्कुल नया था तभी. उसके बाद कोविड की दोनों वेव्स आ गई, things were getting difficult for you that way. तब आपका माइंडसेट क्या था दैट अभी इतना कुछ चल रहा है लाइफ में, प्रोबेबली आपने सोचा होगा यार एक फुल टाइम जॉब ले लेता हूँ या फिर स्विच कर लेता हूँ. 40 lakhs I've already burned in a way, not received anything in return of that money. So what was the mindset that you were juggling through? Because mindset anyways plays a very important role in anybody's journey for that matter.
Absolutely. The first 3 to 4 months I was like very much depressed. क्योंकि आप अपना पास भूल नहीं पाते. Suddenly, I mean, I was managing a very big portfolio in India for the global operations. उसमें multiple departments थे, human resources, information technology, learning and career development, marketing and communication. It's a big group, and I supposed to make it bigger than that. बहुत लंबे plans बनाए थे मेरे American boss के साथ, one of the best bosses I've ever worked with. So बहुत कुछ करना था वहाँ पे. और जब I was the first employee in that corporate department when it was opened. I was the first employee. So सब कुछ खुद ही बनाया हाथों से. So कभी सोचा नहीं था ये सिचुएशन आएगी. लेकिन कभी क्या होता है ना निधि कि नथिंग इज़ प्लान. एक चीज़ मैंने सीखी है, आप कितनी भी मेहनत कर लो, नथिंग इज़ परमानेंट और कुछ नहीं बिगड़ता. हम लोग डर जाते हैं वो जॉब चली गई, वो बिज़नेस बंद हो गया. नथिंग हैपन्स. सबकी रोज़ी रोटी चलती है, कुछ ना कुछ कर ही लेते हैं. सो मैं तो यही एडवाइस करता हूँ, आप जिससे भी मिलता हूँ, अपने फ्रेंड्स को भी बोलता हूँ, इवन आपकी ऑडियंसेस को भी बोलूँगा कि डोंट वरी, जॉब अगर जाती भी है ना कुछ नहीं बिगड़ता. अपने ऊपर ट्रस्ट रखो, कॉन्फिडेंस रखो. कमाने वाला बंदा होना चाहिए, कहीं से भी पैसा निकाल लेगा वो. अगर आप डर जाओगे ना, डिप्रेस हो जाओगे, जैसे मैं हो गया था, अब बोलना ईजी हो गया क्योंकि आई हैव बीन थ्रू दैट जर्नी, तो सब कुछ खत्म हो जाता है. लेकिन 3 months के बाद मुझे रियलाइज़ हुआ नो, आई हैव टू स्टैंड अप ऑन माई लेग्स बिकॉज फैमिली मेरे पर डिपेंड है पूरी. मेरी वाइफ इज़ ऑल्सो वर्किंग, शी इज़ अ टीचर, बट स्टिल आई वॉज द मेन ब्रेड विनर फॉर द फैमिली. सो मैंने ये डिसीजन लिया. अदरवाइज़ उस समय जॉब्स तो मिलना पॉसिबल था नहीं. माइंडसेट तो बिल्कुल ख़राब हो जाता, अगर मैं कुछ नहीं करता तो माइंडसेट बिल्कुल ख़राब हो जाता. और कोविड के बाद मार्केट की सिचुएशन ऐसी थी कि आप ज़्यादा पैसे लगा के भी, मतलब I tried starting a company into the information technology also. मैंने IT का भी एक बहुत अच्छा project बनाया था, and it's still at the back of my mind. Someday I might start my IT firm too, but it requires a lot of money. तो उतना मेरे पास फंड था नहीं. Although when I walked out from my previous company, I got a very good severance package because it was not a firing or something like that. It was like you have to go. आपको जाना है because we are shifting the dynamics in the company. So it was like that. So I negotiated very well, and it's one of the best companies in the world in terms of actuarial science. Someday, if my daughter wants to work there, I won't mind. It's all about the people. You get bad people in every firm, right? That chapter is over for me. A lot of good folks have been asked to leave in India and outside India as well. We all are in touch today. So mindset बहुत बुरा था, लेकिन को खुद ही अच्छा करना पड़ा. कोई ऑप्शन थी नहीं. मरता क्या नहीं करता.
Absolutely agreed यार. आपने जैसे बोला that you know आपकी connections बहुत matter करते हैं. The sort of people you work with वो बहुत matter करता है. Plus the culture of the company also matters a lot, right?
Yes.
अभी जब आप खुद का अपना कंपनी बिल्ड कर रहे हो, व्हाट आर द फ्यू थिंग्स दैट यू टेक केयर कि यार नहीं मेरी फर्म में तो ये होना चाहिए, दिस इज द कल्चर दैट आई वांट टू बिल्ड फॉर द पीपल दैट आर कमिंग हियर एंड दिस इज हाउ आई वांट टू नर्चर दीज पीपल.
फर्स्ट थिंग जो इम्प्लीमेंट करी है, नो टॉक्सिसिटी. आई डोंट वांट एनी काइंड ऑफ टॉक्सिक बिहेवियर फ्रॉम एनीबडी. नो बुलीनेस. बुली सिर्फ कॉलेजेस एंड स्कूल में नहीं करते लोग, कॉर्पोरेट बुलीनेस भी बहुत होती है, एंड इट रियली इम्पैक्ट्स द पर्सन. और बुली कोई किसी को भी कर सकता है. आई मीन मेल फीमेल को, फीमेल मेल्स को भी करते हैं, जूनियर सीनियर, सीनियर जूनियर्स को भी करते हैं. तो ये बुली बिहेवियर आई हेट इट. सो मेरे एम्प्लॉयज़ को सबको पता है कि झूठ का, बुली का और टॉक्सिक बिहेवियर का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है. एंड आई द स्पेशल थिंग विच आई रियली वांटेड टू डू एंड आई हैव डन इट इज़ लाइक एम्पावरिंग माई ओन पीपल. I never poke my nose unnecessary what you are doing, why this work has not been done. I leave them independently. So today I'm sitting here and talking to you and my company is working there. It's running smoothly. I'm not getting even a phone call. They don't care where exactly I am. So if you segregate the work, if you distribute it properly, initially you cannot because you have to build a foundation. You have to do all the work alone. But gradually you have to pass on the bucket to each other so that they can take care of it. So this kind of a behavior we have implemented and the culture is very good. People, they eat together, they enjoy together, they work together. There is not a single instance of any toxic behavior by anybody. So it's like a family, and the business is family owned. I have 2 partners. They are the family member. I never went outside seeking the funds. So it was like most of the companies in FMCG companies in India are family owned. So it's a family owned company. My 2 uncles are with me and I'm running the firm and they are supporting me as a main pillar. My father is also involved in this. So it's going good. The culture is good. It's a family business and all employees are family members now.
Great. So since it's a very dynamic space that you are into, you've got so much of competition coming, local competition here, then we've got international competition as well, right?
Yes.
And people are getting into this particular segment and focusing, as you said, Abhi. So how do you stay ahead in the line of these people? What new things or probably innovations or anything different that you do from these people so that you are ahead in the race?
I'll answer this in a different way. We are not ahead of anybody. It's very difficult to compete. If being a new company, it's been only more than 4 years. We have been doing this business. If you compare yourself, okay, let's compete with MDH or Catch or any big prominent brands who are giants, right? It's a foolish thought. You should not compete with. You cannot compete right now. You don't have that much, foundation build or that much financial power or that big distribution system. It's yet to happen. So I never compare my company with these people, first of all. And international market, they are not biased. That's the best part about the export business. They are not biased. If you are able to provide a good product within good price bracket, timely delivery, they will come and give you the order. They don't care whether you are building it in a small room or building it in a swanky factories. But yes, they do want to see what kind of production flow you have, what kind of hygiene methods you are following. So these things do matter. But about the competing, when we launched our product, we got slaps from everywhere. Nobody was, ready to take our products. I did a lot of work with my ground team in terms of marketing. When we used to visit to anybody, okay, sir, please try our product. Please keep it in your store. They used to just push us away. Okay, go ahead. We don't want anything. We just want to focus with the prominent brands. ये एक है अभी नया कोई भी प्रोडक्ट आप लाएंगे either you have money, you hire a Bollywood star, you make them a brand ambassador, it will work. But if you are an MSME company, बहुत कुछ करना पड़ेगा आपको, तब जाके आपके प्रोडक्ट्स की एक्सेप्टेंस आएगी. सो जो हमने किया वो बड़ा यूनिक था. आई डोंट नो किसी ने किया नहीं किया, लेकिन मैंने अभी तक नहीं सुना जो हमने किया. हम लोग वही ट्रेडिशनल वे में जा रहे थे, वही डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बनाने की कोशिश करी, बनाई भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में, काफ़ी सारे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर भी खड़े किए, लेकिन हमें वहाँ से कुछ मिला नहीं. बिकॉज आप जब नए होते ना मार्केट में, हर कोई आपकी प्लेट में से खाना खाना चाहेगा, हर कोई आपको सप्रेस करेगा, क्योंकि वो अज्यूम करते हैं तो नया है, इसको खा लो, जितना पैसा निकालना है निकाल लो. बहुत सारे रिटेलर्स ने मिसयूज़ किया, बहुत पैसे हमारे आज तक नहीं आए, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर भी भाग गए. सो ये सारे चैलेंजेस आए जो सबको आते हैं. हर नई फूड प्रोडक्ट्स या कोई भी आप बनाते हैं उस कंपनीज को ये चैलेंज आते हैं. इट्स प्रीटी नॉर्मल. एंड उस समय ये नॉर्मल नहीं लगता था वाई इट्स लाइक दैट. इट इज़ लाइक दैट. यू हैव टू एक्सेप्ट द फैक्ट दैट दिस इज़ हाउ आवर मार्केट वर्क्स. Either you become a prey or you become a hunter. So it's like that. So one of the distributors, I mean, she was not ready to take our products because her plate was completely full. I mean, she doesn't have any kind of bandwidth to take any new product. But she advised one thing to us. She said, you are a new person, new brand. Why you are going after people asking to keep your products? Why don't you do your own distribution? Follow the DSD model, direct store deliveries. I really like the idea. I mean, we implemented that idea. Today we have a network of more than 1,000 stores. We are supplying directly to those stores on a margin which is higher than the many prominent brands, because prominent brands cannot reduce the margin because they have a entire channel built up already. They cannot disturb that channel, otherwise everything will be jeopardized. But we were new, right? खोने के लिए कुछ था ही नहीं. So the margin which we were offering to the retailers, that was 50 times higher than what the prominent brands were giving. अगर कोई 20% 15% देता था तो हम डेवलप कर देते थे उसको. अब रिटेलर को क्या चाहिए? उसको मार्जिन चाहिए. क्वालिटी तो थी, मार्जिन चाहिए. मार्जिन आप ज़्यादा दोगे आपका प्रोडक्ट बिकेगा. सो कहीं कहीं जगह तो हमारी लड़ाइयाँ भी हुई. जो प्रोमिनेंट ब्रांड्स के डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर थे, वाई यू आर एंटरिंग लाइक दिस, यू आर स्पॉइलिंग द मार्केट. बट हमें भी सर्वाइव करना था एंड वी डिड सर्वाइव. एंड बहुत अच्छा रहा ये DSD मॉडल. ये स्टार्टिंग में ही फॉलो कर सकते हैं. ग्रेजुअली यू हैव टू स्लाइड दिस मॉडल अवे, क्योंकि आप पूरे इंडिया में DSD चला ही नहीं सकते. स्टार्टिंग में जो भी कंपनीज आ रही हैं, चाहे वो फूड की हो, क्लोथिंग की हो, कोई भी हो ना, दे ऑल शुड फॉलो द DSD मॉडल. जब बेस बन जाए 1000-2000 रिटेलर्स, व्हेन यू हैव दिस मच ऑफ नेटवर्क, देन योर प्रोडक्ट विल सेल लाइक एनीथिंग एवरीवेयर, because you know where the improvement is needed. You should have all kind of facts available in front of you. I have sold this much, what kind of a money I am minting. Correct. Where I can spend the money, how should I improvise or pivot.
आपके पास metrics है to
सब कुछ आता है, डेटा सेट्स पूरा आ जाता है आपके पास. तो DSD मॉडल हमने फॉलो किया. अब वो DSD मॉडल हम शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारे अच्छे रिटेलर्स को भी हम लोग अब छोड़ रहे हैं. बिकॉज नाउ वी आर मूविंग टू डायरेक्ट स्टोर्स sales. We are opening our own chains of stores. We'll be selling our own product from our own stores because we learn the market now. बड़े ब्रांड्स आ रहे हैं इस सेगमेंट में, वो भी अपने स्टोर्स खोलते जा रहे हैं. बिकॉज ये जो क्विक डिलीवरी वाला आया है ना कि 10 minutes we will deliver we will do the delivery of your groceries in just 10 minutes. It's not a sustainable model. Lot of companies have burned cash. Lot of startups have burned crazy cash amount, just because of this 10 minutes deliveries, and they are still not profitable. So this model cannot work. Honestly, it cannot work. So now the only model which is successful in India, it's a unit economics game. It's like opening the stores and selling from your stores and eat up the margin on your own. Why to give margin to some other person when you are producing it, you are manufacturing it, sell your own. So that is what we are going to follow now.
So आपने भी एक बात बोली that बहुत सारे ब्रांड्स हैं मार्केट में और इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड्स हैं. एनी कंज्यूमर इज़ मोर इंक्लाइन टूवर्ड्स दैट ब्रांड इन कंपैरिजन टू अ इंडियन ब्रांड. गवर्नमेंट इतना पुश करती है, मेक इन इंडिया, ऑल दिस MSME वेंचर्स दीज पीपल आर डूइंग. देन दे हैव चेंज द एक्सपोर्ट पॉलिसीज ऑल्सो दैट so that anyways it's getting better for the Indian audience and the people here. Why do you think there's this mindset gap between people? यार इंटरनेशनल ब्रांड है तो अपन जाके खरीदेंगे, मेड इन इंडिया ब्रांड है तो थोड़ा सा हिचक अभी भी बाकी है लोगों में. अपना ऑडियंस ही सपोर्टिव नहीं है दैट वे, द कस्टमर इज नॉट सपोर्टिव दैट वे, व्हाई डू यू फील देयर इज दिस गैप?
आई थिंक ये लास्ट 20-25 ईयर्स में बिल्डअप हुआ है। बहुत सारे इंडियन ब्रांड्स हैं, उन्होंने बिजनेस को पाइवट करके एक कैची नेम लिया है जो सुनने में इंग्लिश लगता है लेकिन है वो देसी कंपनी। अनफॉर्चुनेटली मैं नेम नहीं ले सकता ब्रांड्स का, बट लाइटिंग कंपनीज में भी, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कंपनी में भी ऐसे ब्रांड्स हैं, न्यू ब्रांड्स, इफ़ यू सर्च देयर फुल फॉर्म यू विल लाफ. So if they sell with that name, people might not buy. They will not buy. They will think it's a local company. Our honorable Prime Minister has to come forward and launch a something
initiative that
vocal
way.
for local
Yeah.
kind of initiative he has taken. Very good thing. But what happened? People are still not inclined towards local product. They prefer, okay, I will be buying international product, a big brand. They should focus on the quality. Doesn't matter if you are local or international, if you are providing quality, people will come to you. We could have taken an Indian name, but we also chose to go with an international, sounding company, because the acceptance rate increases if you have a catchy name. People perceive you, okay, you must be a big brand or an international company. If I go with Golu Masala, people might not buy us, but if I go with, any English name, Max Spices, so people will prefer over Golu. So it's just an example. Maybe Golu Masala is one of the companies doing very well. I'm just sharing my thought on this. So it's unfortunately in our country people are still inclined towards international brand. They should support MSMEs companies most, because MSME is the backbone of the economy. Most of the jobs are being provided by MSMEs companies only. But people are still, the mindset will change after some year maybe. It will take time. Yeah.
Absolutely. So abhi aap over around 3-4 years you've been specifically doing this.
Yeah.
So how does your core value, आपका core value कैसे set in होता है with the values of the organization that you're building, with the vision of the company that you're building? Is there a change in your values, or you're trying to inculcate your values into the company for that matter?
There is no change at all. When I started this company during the inception, the values which we have drawn, okay, this is the baseline the company should be standing on. That is still intact and it's going to be like that. Which are focused quality production. We never compromise with the quality, and I can say this, openly, and I can shout about it. We never buy a substandard grade. Just an example I am sharing. We always focus on the international quality standard grade. We always purchase that. If we can do that, anybody can do it. I don't know why people still go for the lowest grade just to make little bit more money. And when it goes to the lab, it fails. So we always buy the highest grade. That helps us to, stay focused in terms of quality, because if you are buying something better, for example, if I'm making a shirt, so if I'm buying a quality material of the shirt, I know that the shirt will be good. Whoever will buy that shirt, that person will like the fabric. Same goes with the raw material of the food. So we always buy the top quality products. So that is one of the values which we have focused. The focus should be on the quality. If the good quality raw material is not available, we even make that out of stock, but we don't buy it. कई बार होता है हमारे पास स्टॉक मिलता ही नहीं है मेरे हाई क्वालिटी, तो हम छोड़ देते हैं. हम कस्टमर को बोलते हैं इट्स आउट ऑफ स्टॉक, है ही नहीं हमारे पास. रादर देन परचेजिंग अ लोएस्ट ग्रेड एंड सेलिंग इट, वी कुड हैव मेड अ क्रेजी अमाउंट ऑफ मनी. आफ्टर कोविड अगर हम लोएस्ट ग्रेड पे जाते ना, हम लोग इतना पैसा बना लेते कि मतलब बियॉन्ड इमेजिनेशन था मेरे तो वो. लेकिन हम नहीं बना पाए क्योंकि हम क्वालिटी 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 ही कर रहे हैं और करते रहेंगे.
आप जाके देखो चांदनी चौक या फिर किसी भी स्पाइस मार्केट में फॉर दैट मैटर, वहाँ पे लाला है और मतलब दे आर कमिंग विद XYZ अमाउंट्स ऑफ मनी, और स्पाइसेस अगर वो दे रहे हैं तो वो ऐसे ही ओपन में स्पाइसेस हैं, नथिंग इज टेकन केयर ऑफ, ऑल दोस फैक्टर्स आर देयर एंड पीपल आर गोइंग आउट एंड बाइंग इट लाइक मैनिएक्स. मतलब लोग खरीद रहे हैं फॉर दैट.
उसके पीछे एक रीज़न है निधि, बिकॉज लोगों को ही लगता है कि मार्केट, एक सर्टन मार्केट है, फेमस हो गई है. हाँ. इवन नॉट अबाउट फूड, अगर दूसरी मार्केट की बात करूँ, मेरे माइंड में भी आएगा मुझे वहीं से लेना है, वहाँ इस चीज़ का मार्केट है, इट्स अ बिग मार्केट फॉर दैट, इट्स अ गढ़ फॉर दैट. सो इफ़ पीपल आर एबल टू सेव द कॉस्ट, अगर उनकी कॉस्ट बच रही है, सो पीपल विल गो एंड बाय इट विद अ ट्रस्ट कि मुझे अच्छी चीज़ मिल रही है. बट इन्हीं मार्केट्स में बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो अडल्ट्रेशन होती हैं, है ना. मैं आपको हाई लेवल इन्फॉर्मेशन देता हूँ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वी ऑल यूज़ ब्लेंडेड स्पाइस गरम मसाला. इट्स one of the best spices products which everybody requires. सबको चाहिए, गरम मसाले के बिना यू कैन नॉट मेक एनी फूड आइटम प्रॉपरली। उसमें 10 से 15-20 इंग्रेडिएंट्स जाते हैं, कई कंपनीज 4 के साथ ही बना देती हैं जस्ट टू सेव कॉस्ट, कई कंपनीज 15-20 इंग्रेडिएंट्स डालते हैं। अब हमें तो गरम मसाला 100 में मिल जाता है, 80-90 रुपये में मिल जाता है मार्केट में, बट थिंक फ्रॉम अ मैन्युफैक्चरर्स पर्सपेक्टिव कि उसके अंदर इतने इंग्रेडिएंट्स जा रहे हैं, हाउ दे विल सेव द कॉस्ट, बिकॉज दे हैव टू गिव मार्जिन टू शॉपकीपर, दे हैव टू गिव मार्जिन टू द डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, कैरी एंड फॉरवर्ड एजेंट, डीलर्स। सो कहाँ से निकालेंगे वो पैसा? सो बहुत सारे मैंने खुद एक्सपीरियंस किया है, देखा है। गरम जैसे क्लोव्स होते हैं, सो वी ईट क्लोव्स, स्टेम्स ऑफ द क्लोव्स, बट उसके पीछे भी एक देयर इज अ स्टिक, सो मोस्टली people mix that stick in the garam masala. They, rather than using the clove, the whole clove, they use the stick of the clove. So if you are making a, for example, 1 kg garam masala, you have to put a certain amount of cloves in that. That comes around 800 to 900 rupees a kg. Whereas the sticks of clove will come around 150 or 120 rupees. So imagine how much cost you are saving.
Correct.
And it's edible. People can eat it, but it will not bring the quality in your product. If you send that product in the lab, it will fail. It's not even allowed as per the FSSAI, but it is getting sold openly in the market. You can go in any mandi, you can ask about that stick, you will get it easily.
Correct.
So there are certain things which are very dangerous and people are not aware about that. So we are not compromising with the quality, at all. Otherwise, we could have been a big brand by now.
As we are talking about this, now I remember one instance. So my father runs a dry fruit business.
Okay.
So one fine day I was at his place and उनके नीचे वाले floor पे they again have Khari Bagli is again a dry fruit market. So वहाँ पे सबका अपना dry fruit का था, तो I went नीचे वाले floor पे, there's this another person, they had almonds.
Okay.
And they were polishing those almonds. I thought यार मतलब almonds को क्यों polish कर रहे हैं? Anyways चलो आप साफ कर रहे हो, clean कर रहे हो, वो समझ में आता है. आप पॉलिश कर रहे हो उनको, which is again not a edible sort of a thing कि आप almonds को पॉलिश कर रहे हो, could be weird for anybody to see. I went up and I asked my father, मैंने कहा पापा यार ये almonds पॉलिश हो रहे हैं नीचे, is it fair enough? तो he told me there's this almond जो बहुत expensive जाता है into the international markets also plus in the Indian markets also. So what these people do is जो सबसे low grade का almond होगा वो लेंगे, they'll polish it, clean it, make it shiny and stuff, and they'll send it out to the people.
Yeah, it happens.
Imagine.
Absolutely it happens.
The sort of things we are putting into people's system that way.
Yeah,
just
there are
to
certain
make our money.
True. I don't know why people do that. There are certain dyes like Sudan dye 1, 2, 3, 4, even lead chromate. These are the things very dangerous for any human to consume, even for the animals. And people are mixing these things in their products.
Correct.
Unfortunately, it gets mixed. People are selling nonsense things in terms of spices. Not about spices in anything. Even the wheat flour as well, people do mixing of the rice flour in that. So even the coriander powder, you don't actually get the true form of coriander mixed. You get leaves of the coriander, dried leaves, they crush it. So there are so many kind of adulteration happens in this thing. So the core value never shifted beyond the quality. We would rather shut the business. We will not compromise with the quality, because sooner or later quality will win.
That is what is going to get you the retainer customer also, right? एक बार किसी ने आपका product खरीद लिया, चलो for one time you have made that money. अभी उसको realize हो जाएगा that it's a bullshit product. Lately वो नहीं आएगा आपके पास वापस. One time somebody has bought your product, बेशक वो थोड़ा सा high end पे है, but if the quality is good, what I feel the person is going to come back to you on a retainer basis.
Very true. Even our product is not a very expensive one. We are selling it in the same price bracket like other brands. We are earning a very small amount of money because our margin is low because we are using high quality grades. But our repetitions are more than 95%.
Correct.
We have a 10 days backlog. So now you can imagine the kind of business we are getting. We are not able to deliver our products before 10-15 days. We get abused by the retailers, we get abused by the customers. You never bring your product on time. Don't come to me again. But they still call and ask for the deliveries.
Absolutely.
That
because
trust
that
is
the
there.
quality that you guys are focusing on. Apart from this, अभी बहुत सारे calculated risk होते हैं जो आपको अपनी journey के through लेने पड़ते हैं while you're scaling your business or your product for that matter. Obviously जब आपने शुरू किया आपने एक risk तो तब लिया, उसके अलावा भी आपने बहुत सारे risk लिए होंगे while your journey has been so far. So ऐसा कोई calculated risk जो आपने लिया हो which has turned out great for you? Or probably the other way.
दोनों ही चीज़ें हुई हैं. रिस्क के बिना तो देखो बिजनेस चलता नहीं है. बिजनेस इज इटसेल्फ अ रिस्क. चल गया तो
Great ends though.
हाँ मतलब पीढ़ियाँ खाएंगी, नहीं चला तो आप जॉब में जाओगे, और जॉब में जाना भी कोई बुरा ही नहीं है.
Correct.
I mean, people usually these days people are, I
They
mean,
look down the
highlighting entrepreneurship like crazy. Okay, entrepreneur is better and person is working is not better. It's not like that. Job is also important. If you are in a good job, earning a good money, don't. And if you really want to do something, you're crazy and passionate about it, then only come in the entrepreneurship. Otherwise, stick to your job. Be safe and secured. Because entrepreneurship is a totally risk involved business. Yeah, it's a different game. You should have a different kind of heart. You should have a different kind
Very
of
thick skin you should have to be.
you should basically you should have guts in your gut. You know.
Yeah.
You should be fearless because every day will be challenging. Every day will be different. कुछ नहीं पता कल क्या होने वाला है. तो कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क तो पहले ये लिया कि 1 CR तक लगाएंगे बिजनेस में. वी विल सी हाउ इट गोज. सबने कंट्रीब्यूशन किया अपना, बट मोर देन 2 CRs जा चुके हैं. अभी भी हम लगा रहे हैं इसमें बिकॉज हमें पता है रिटर्न आएगा तो बहुत मैसिव आएगा, और जो आना धीरे धीरे शुरू हो गया है. कुछ चीज़ें हमने लॉन्च करी थी, हमें पाइवट करना पड़ा, हमने बंद कर दी क्योंकि वो चीज़ अभी सस्टेनेबल नहीं है. उन चीज़ों के लिए इट विल टेक टाइम. नाउ वी हैव स्टार्टेड गोइंग टूवर्ड्स आवर ओन स्टोर्स. ये हमने बहुत बड़ा रिस्क लिया है. जो हम सेल कर रहे थे 1000-2000 रिटेलर्स के साथ, हमने उसको कंसोलिडेट करके 500-600 ही कर दिया है. सो वी हैव कंसोलिडेटेड दैट थिंग. आज हमारे पास 500-600 ही स्टोर्स रह गए हैं. हमने इंटेंशनली किया, खुद ही किया, क्योंकि FMCG इज़ अ क्रेडिट बेस्ड मार्केट. आपको क्रेडिट देना ही पड़ेगा मार्केट में. बिना क्रेडिट के कोई आपको पूछेगा नहीं. मैं आपके पास आया हूँ कि मैम प्लीज़ टेक माई प्रोडक्ट, सेल इट इन योर स्टोर, एंड यू विल से ओके व्हाट इफ इट डजंट गेट सेल. आई मीन व्हाई शुड आई टेक अ रिस्क ऑन योर प्रोडक्ट. सो मैं आपको बोलूँगा ठीक है आप रख लीजिए, बिक जाएगा तो आप मुझे पैसे दे देना, अदरवाइज आई विल पिक माई स्टफ बैक फ्रॉम योर स्टोर. दैट्स हाउ इट वर्क्स. If you become a very big brand, people will call you and ask you, give me the deliveries, I want to sell your products. It started happening now. We are not big yet, but we get a lot of queries. People wants to sell our products, but we don't give intentionally. We know that this person will not give us the money. The credit is bad. There is a bad history behind this particular stores. So this thing we have realized it. So now the next risk we have taken is by opening our own store. The first store is going to open on Monday. This Monday. So we have invested heavily in that store. So we'll be selling all the products on a factory price directly from that store. For example, if a product sells in the market in 50 rupees, the MRP is 50 rupees. Sometimes retailers give 4-5 rupees off, 45 rupees. We'll be selling it in 16 to 20 rupees. That huge difference will be there. And the quality will be that top notch. Even a consumer can go and get it tested in any lab.
And where are you opening this store as of now?
In Greater Noida itself.
Greater Noida itself.
Because I personally believe in this thing. पैन इंडिया फैल के भिखारी बनने से बेटर है अपने एरिया के बादशाह बन जाओ पहले. Yes. So this is what we are trying to follow. Gradually we will start opening more stores. So target is to open at least 5 stores in the next 1 year, and then take a sustainable growth. Do not burn cash like a crazy person.
Correct.
That is what we are.
This is what I've also seen, that a lot of startups just to scale, they burn like crazy. आपके profits नहीं आ रहे हैं, things are not falling into place, still you're burning just because you have that investor money in your back end.
Yeah.
What do you feel on that? Should the way be, that should be the right way कि आप पहले scale कर लो, एक market capture कर लो, उसके बाद eventually one fine day profits would be there 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line? Or do you believe in that from the beginning of it आपका matrix बहुत clear होना चाहिए in terms of that अगर मैं कुछ invest कर रहा हूँ, say 6 months, 1 year, 2 years is the max time that I'm going to invest, and post that I should be start getting something so that at least I can test it, because 10 साल में तो यार market ही बदल जाता है anyway.
Totally change हो जाती है. हाँ. नई generations आ जाती है. अभी जैसे Gen Z है, अब तब कुछ और आ जाएगा. हाँ. ये जो ट्रेंड चल रहा है ना, फंडिंग ले लो, अब तो खैर फंडिंग मिल भी नहीं रही इजीली.
अब तो बंद हो गई.
लास्ट 8-9 मंथ से तो बिल्कुल ही ड्राई अप हो गया है. हाँ. 2-3 years back before COVID, funding was, I mean, people were taking funding like anything.
Every other friend of mine was, I'm raising this amount. Yes. I'm like, dude, what's happening?
Yeah.
कौन दे रहा है?
लोग दे रहे थे. हाँ. People were,
during COVID also, people were raising money like crazy.
But that trend is gone, because even investors have realized कि this is not going to work. Anyways, investors very few investors go, in a losses. They know how to exit out very well.
At the correct time, they know when to.
Yes, because if you are raising a pre-seed, let's say you raised the money, and I am an investor, I gave you the money. I know that your firm is going to take 3 to 4 years to flourish. till 3 to 4 year time, I have to just give you the money and burn the cash. What will happen? After 2 3 years, if I realize, okay, no, your business is going to take 3 4 years more, I will pressure you to make my exit smoothly. You will go and raise another round.
Yeah.
I will exit. If another investor come and if he or she feels the same, then
Another
series
round.
3 will go. Sometimes these rounds are there to raise more money to become, capture the market first. But you can see a lot of companies are there. It's been more than 10 years. They are not even profitable yet. They even got the IPO. They are not profitable yet. And some companies have, it's very funny, but some companies have gone to raise IPO. Their promoters are also unloading their stakes in the company. All the investors are exiting out. They have inflated the valuation, and ultimately retail investor is going to suffer. But people are becoming very smarter now.
Yeah.
I mean, they know what is going to happen. So I don't know what kind of IPO that's going to be. But yeah, in my perspective, I don't think so. It's a right way to take money of some investor, burn it, make a brand. It's not sustainable. I don't know how people live with that. That I'm not able to. I'm just burning a cash of somebody. I got a very good offer from one of the VCs. He was ready to give me a certain amount of money on a surety that I will give a certain X amount of sale every month. So I denied politely because if I'm generating that X amount of sale, I don't need your money,
Correct.
right? And if I have to do that in 18 months, I have to burn cash like a crazy person.
Crazy, yeah. Plus that pressure is also there.
Yeah.
I can't take my decisions. I have to go as per whatever the VC is saying or
Yes.
the investor is saying.
Yeah. So I think if you can keep your company bootstrapped till the time you can keep it bootstrapped, because you will have more control, you will have more clarity on using the funds. If any investor comes, it totally depends. Investors sometimes very helpful too. There are certain VC companies, I really like them. All of their portfolio have grown like, very flourishing companies. So they are good, but very few VCs are like that. So 2 or 3 VCs I really like. I'll take their name openly because I really like them. Fireside Ventures, DSG Group is there.
Yeah.
I've spoken to Fireside Ventures as well earlier.
Just to raise the first seed round or what round did you speak to?
It was get to know round. One of the representative got in a touch with me. It was a nascent stage. We were in a nascent stage at that point in time, but we were not ready for the funding. Even they were not ready to fund us. So it was just an ice-breaking session. But I've seen their portfolio; they are growing very well. Why? Because the person who is running it, the top leader, is very good, very humble. So most of the VCs, what they do, they give the money and then they interfere in your work. They dictate things. But they are VCs who invest the money and they will groom you if required. They will give you a certain kind of edge which resources you can use. Getting those kind of VCs is very difficult. Those VCs don't believe in cash burning. But there are plenty of VCs available. They will burn cash and then they will exit out through IPO or
Correct.
lot of
Whatever is
other
happening
things.
in the market nowadays is anyways a clear reflection कि भाई क्या mindset से VC आ रहा है आपकी organization में और किस mindset से वो exit ले रहा है. Now you said a very nice thing कि बहुत सारे VCs ऐसे होते हैं जो आपको एक path दिखा देंगे, guidance दे देंगे, एक edge दे देंगे. Same goes for mentors also.
Yes.
Like, did you have anybody in your life who you looked upon कि this is the person who's my mentor and that person eventually made your journey a little smoother for you?
Yeah, my father. He's my mentor in everything. He is there with me, from first day itself. My biggest support, is my family. I'm fortunate. My family is there. My parents, my wife is my biggest supporter. My mother, my father, my sister, everybody, even my daughter as well. So my father is there with me since first day. He goes with me to talk to vendors. He suggests me, do this, don't do that. I take his advice. If I like it, I implement it. Otherwise, if I don't like it, I don't do it. But I still go to my father and talk to him about everything, what I am going through. He's always there. So he is my mentor. And if I move it towards other, outside the family, I have 2 3 ex-bosses. I really like them. They are there to support and, suggest few things. And friends as well. The mentor can be anybody. Yeah. So I take suggestions of friends too, and my wife's as well. My wife is somebody, whenever I go and ask her, this is a problem, she guides me in a very well and subtle way. So I have couple of mentors actually. So they all are good.
Glad to hear that. Abhi, while we were talking, I just realized कि आप जब मेंटर्स की बात कर रहे थे, अपने फादर की बात कर रहे थे, तो कोई एडवाइस आप ले लेते हो, कोई आप स्किप कर देते हो जस्ट बिकॉज यू फील दैट्स नॉट द राइट एडवाइस टू टेक एट द टाइम बीइंग. ऑब्वियसली जब आपने स्टार्ट किया होगा तब भी आपको ऐसी बहुत सारी एडवाइसेस मिली होगी, नो हाउस मिले होंगे लोगों से कि आप ऐसे कर लो, ये कर लो, या फिर ये मत करो फॉर दैट मैटर. ऐसा कोई इंस्टेंस आपके लिए
मिले थे ना, बहुत मिले थे. I mean, there were people who were laughing. I mean, in my corporate circle, what he's going to do. But family never denied me. They always said, okay, if you think that you can do it, go ahead, do it. So that's a culture in my family. I mean, my entire family, not my immediate nuclear family, but the entire big families, like my uncles, my aunts, everybody is like that. If you want to do it, go ahead, do it. We don't care. We will support you till the time you want it. You won't believe there is no poking of nose by any family member. They have blindly trusted me with all the funds, with all the things, and they support me like anything. If I call them, okay, I need you guys to be here, they will come and stand and they will ask me, okay, what do you want us to do? So that kind of support I got. I have a couple of good friends. If I don't call them for 5-6 days, they were like, okay, are you alive? So you need funds. Uh, you want us to invest in your company? They are like that. But you cannot take funds from everybody, right? Because I want to keep it bootstrapped as much as possible. I did raise fund last year, but it is from a very close circle, just few friends. Because after second lockdown, it was needed, and those close friends came forward and they invested. Even they have that kind of a trust. Some of them, I mean, none of them asked us how company is doing, how much business we had made in the last 6 months. They don't care. They have just dumped the money and they are relaxed. So that kind of thing I'm blessed with. I mean, it's very difficult to get such people.
This is also one trend that I have seen, that most of the angel investors or VCs for that matter, usually they also invest in the founder more in comparison to the idea the person is having at the initial stage of it. So same happened with you, that they trusted you or your instinct for that matter, henceforth they invested their money in the organization.
Absolutely true. I have a lot of offers for investments. Many people want to invest in my business, but they trust me. But it's not about I don't want to take their money. It's just like I don't need it. I don't want to take it. I want to keep the company as within the close group as much as possible. If we reach on that stage where we need to raise funds, to survive or like that, then you have to take it. But by the grace of God, we are doing very well.
Also, we say that failure is a very valuable teacher for anybody.
Yeah.
So what अभी आपका जर्नी में ऑब्वियसली जैसे कोविड का फर्स्ट वेव आ गया, सेकेंड वेव आ गया, ये छोटे छोटे फेलियर्स थे या फिर आपके लिए हिकअप्स थे इन अ वे. ऐसा कोई पूरा लाइफ में कोई ऐसा इंस्टेंस जो आपके लिए एक फेलियर होगा आपके हिसाब से, और व्हाट आर द लर्निंग्स यू टुक आउट ऑफ दैट?
फेलियर, मैं आपको थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड बताता हूँ. आई कम फ्रॉम अ मिडिल क्लास फैमिली. आई एम द फर्स्ट जनरेशन entrepreneur now. Everybody was into the jobs, government jobs and all. When I was studying in the college, at that point in time, I was learning about the computers too. I was doing a diploma in IT infrastructure. I used to assemble computer and sell it in the market. I used to visit home-based users, fix their computer and printers. Used to charge 100 rupees of visiting charges. So I did all those kind of things. Then I landed up with my first job in IBM, just after the college. Since then, no turning back. I made my entire career on my own. Of course, my parents supported me, but it was all the hard work after. Every parent supports their kids, right? But sometimes kids don't, they are not interested what their parents want to do.
Which is very important.
It was existing since beginning. So मैंने वहाँ से काफ़ी grow करी. IBM, then couple of more companies I worked with. When I was just 22 years old, I went for a transition outside India in a very young age. I still remember when I was going first time outside India, I was so nervous that people were coming at the airport. What, are you okay? What happened? Because just 22 years old guy, very fragile. But I survived and I did very well there. Came back, worked in Cisco, Swiss Bank, CSC, Mercer, big brands, lot of clients I worked with. And the failure I would say, like, if you get fail in anything, whether it's an exam or a job or business, it's not the end of life. If I talk about myself, when that job goes away, where I was working, Initially, I thought it's a failure for me. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, because I was just 32 years old and I was heading the 10,000
Yeah.
crores company in India.
Absolutely.
It's very difficult to reach on that height in just 30
At
in
that
your early
age, yeah.
30s, right? But today I'm thankful to all those people who made this happen. All those people who were behind my exit, and I'm really thankful they came as an angel for me, because today I'm able to generate jobs for many people. All the people who are associated with me working for our company, when I see their faces, I mean, we are very generous pay masters. We give very good salaries to our employees. So I see them being happy. I mean, it really makes me feel proud. Like that failure was not a failure. Actually, that was a start of something.
It was a stepping stone for
It was a
you.
stepping stone. We are still growing. And I'm thankful to all those people, and I mean, much gratitude to the universe that it happened.
They also say that universe actually aligns things for you in a
Yeah.
way which we cannot even imagine. So
I-
do you believe in destiny
I
that
believe
way?
it. I'll tell you one thing. I was working on a very good
Huh.
position, going outside India back and forth, flying in a business class, staying in a swanky hotels,
Huh.
uh, leading a huge group. So that was a dream job of many people, right? Every 3 months I was flying, earning money like anything. Very good salary I was making over there. And suddenly, when that job goes away, when I started the company, I was doing all kind of odd things. For example, I was oiling the machinery once in the backyard of my factory.
Correct.
I was delivering the products in the rural market by keeping the cartons on my head. I was driving the tempo. I still, 2 months back, I still drove the tempo. I had to deliver it. I went to deliver the products to the one of the societies, and the guard asked me to go in a separate lift. And I was humble. I was like, okay, I want to experience these things,
Huh.
like how it goes. If as an entrepreneur you're not able to do these kind of odd jobs, if you don't want to keep your hands dirty,
Hmm.
don't come under the this entrepreneurship. You
Yeah.
have to be you have to wear a lot of hats.
True.
So that is something I've done. So at one point I was crying too, like what I was doing earlier, and I'm just oiling the machinery when it happened. Today I don't care, Nidhi. I don't care. Earlier I used to be a very concerned person. People are looking at me and how I should behave. I mean, when you are heading something, na, you get taught about these things. My boss taught me how you should shake
There's
hands.
a way you should
Yeah, you should
act.
shake a hand in a very, firm way. Today, I don't believe in these things. It's a good thing in a corporate thing.
Hmm.
Firm handshake should be there. Just an example. I don't care how the world is looking at me. What matters to me, my family should be happy. My company should run. It should stay alive. I'm happy.
Correct.
Nobody is going to come and feed my family.
Correct.
So I don't care, and I still wear different hats whenever it is required. So if you are able to do this, you are an entrepreneur. Otherwise, you are just a wannabe.
Absolutely. This is
Yeah.
what I have also seen that आजकल लोग बहुत wannabes हो गए in terms of entrepreneurship कि यार चल जाके अपना कुछ करते हैं
हाँ.
rather than understanding that it comes with a lot of responsibility plus you need to be very agile in whatever you're doing. It's not like that कि आपकी job की तरह fixed pattern है कि यार मैं XYZ प्रोफाइल पे हूँ, ये मेरे KRAs है, ये मेरे KPI है, मुझे ये follow करना है, I'll be sorted.
Yeah.
ऐसा नहीं है
ऐसा
ना.
नहीं
One
है.
fine day you'll be working as an intern. One fine day you would have to take all the major decisions for yourself. And you need to get your hands dirty no matter what.
करना पड़ता है. It's been 4 years. मैंने आज तक सैलरी नहीं ली अपनी कंपनी से, क्योंकि खुद ही प्रॉमिस किया हुआ है जब तक ब्रेक नहीं होगा ना, तब तक कुछ भी सैलरी नहीं ले रही है. एंड my house is work. I mean, we are eating a good food. We are, I mean, living a happy and healthy life. So बहुत सारे लोग टेंशन ले लेते हैं. जॉब चली गई, अब क्या करेंगे, इट्स एंड ऑफ द लाइफ, डिप्रेशन में चले जाते हैं. अरे नहीं जाओ भाई, कुछ नहीं होता. इतना दम रखना चाहिए अपने अंदर. अगर एक कार्ड भी लगाने की, अगर देसी भाषा में बोलूँ, अगर आपको ठेला भी लगाना पड़ जाए ना, गो फॉर इट.
Correct.
Throw away your shyness. I don't know, people, matlab, it's very easy to say, but I'm saying this because I've been through these things. I have seen that journey, how it feels.
Correct.
And it's not going to hurt you in any way. Nothing going to happen. Just chill out, be happy, work towards it. कुछ गया है तो उसको कुछ और बना लो. एक दरवाज़ा गया, दूसरा दरवाज़ा बना लो भाई. बहुत कुछ है करने के लिए. So these things kept me self-motivated all the time. So
It's more of like आपके पास zeal होना चाहिए, correct skill set होना चाहिए.
हाँ.
Plus that mindset is also very important.
Mindset, yes.
कि यार आपको sane रहना है no matter what, so that you can figure out कि मैं life में आगे क्या कर सकता हूँ और क्या नहीं कर सकता for that matter.
बिल्कुल ऑब्स्टेकल्स भी आते हैं. हर दूसरे तीसरे दिन कोई ना कोई ऑब्स्टेकल आता है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमारे कंट्री में entrepreneurship is not easy. The way it has been shown, it's not
True,
easy,
it's not like
right?
that.
Running a factory in India is not easy. If you are able to run a factory in India, you can do anything. It's not about India. I mean, it's about the system which was so corrupt, which is getting aligned properly. It will take some more time to get properly aligned. Government is doing a good job, but there are certain systems, obstacles, I would say. It comes in front of every entrepreneur. You know how to fix those things.
Correct.
We get to see all those things. So if a mindset is not good, they will break you in the first month itself.
Yeah.
So mindset is very important.
अभी जैसे आप बोल रहे थे कि you have to wear a lot of hats to be an entrepreneur for that matter. So how does your day look like?
It's crazy. It starts with going to factory, just seeing people working in a proper way, following the hygiene methods, looking at the inventory, that what is left, what needs to be purchased, how much sales happens, it's going to happen in that particular day, how the last day was, and then suddenly I shifted to, I have to shift to accounts, look at the accounting part, then I have to shift towards the marketing part, sometime vendor management, it comes very handy. Vendor management is something I have to do all alone. Basically, I do everything other than cleaning, which I used to do. Now I am doing everything. I have people, but when you are in a nascent stage, things take time to build up, right? Everything is scattered. Any business, everything is scattered until it becomes a proper corporate. You have to go here and there every time. So that is there. My day starts with, as a proper boss. Then by the time it ends, I come home, it's like a typical field stuff. Okay, I'm tired. Don't disturb me. So anything can happen at any point in time. I can get a call. Okay, so I need you here. That person is not available. How we will do the deliveries? So you have to take decisions like this. You cannot wait. You cannot arrange people, and you have to,
Be on your toes most of the time.
all the time. Any food officer can come, food safety officer can come, any legal metrology officer can come, fire officer can come, pollution officer can come. So many departments are there, bureaucracy is there. You have to be available for each and every one. And they would always want to talk to the owner. They don't talk to the junior employees. Yeah. If the owner is not there, they will seal it up. Or they will come again. So you have to be available for them too. So initially it was a very eye-opening thing for me how to deal with these kind of people. Nobody taught me in NSIC either. So you learn with your experiences.
वहाँ पे तो सब कुछ white collar था है ना, people were there to manage stuff. अभी यहाँ पर आके
सब blue collar ही है.
सब blue
collar है. सब white भी जो आते हैं वो blue बन जाते हैं. मार्केटिंग स्टाफ में बहुत white आए थे.
शुरू आपका white से होता है, फिर वो end तक जब तक आपको पता चलता है कि मार्केट की असलियत क्या है, मेरा ब्रांड कहाँ स्टैंड कर रहा है, वो तब तक blue हो चुका होता है.
Blue और red भी हो जाता है आगे जाके वो. So it's a crazy situation to be in, but मजा आता है बहुत. Entrepreneurship gives you the wings to fly.
It gives you that kick every day.
Every day, it's a dopamine.
True. They say that impactful brands in a way inspire a lot of change in people, in society and communities. So what is the impact that you envision for Nutrinda for that matter?
Well, I really want our company to be known as a quality oriented firm. I wish one day when people are looking at Nutrinda, the name itself talks about the quality. I really want consumers are buying our products blindly. Okay, if Nutrinda is there, I don't need any other product. I'm going to buy that only. So, and we have started working towards it. For example, on the front of our pack, it is clearly written what kind of a testings we have done. Like there is no aflatoxins, Sudan dyes, lead chromate, heavy metals, everything we write on the pack itself. Most of our packs, it's written like that. So if we are writing it up, it means we have tested it. Otherwise, we don't want to be in a problem, right? So I really want our brand to be known as a quality-oriented brand, not in India, outside India too. Yeah.
This is the legacy that you want to build for yourself and the brand.
Yeah, it will take time.
Of course, मतलब कोई भी एक चीज़ आपका 1 साल 2 साल 4 साल में नहीं बनता. It takes ample amount of time to build something of that stature.
You need patience, you need perseverance. A lot of things are there.
A lot of resilience for that matter.
Yes.
अभी now when we are talking about patience, resilience and ये सब रखने के लिए भी आपको एक तरीके से खुद को sane रखना पड़ता है. So you do something to keep yourself sane, some yoga, meditation, something like that.
I don't do any of these things.
Nothing?
I used to do all of these things,
Huh.
but I'm not getting time,
Huh.
not getting a proper sleep as well. It's a crazy, my day is totally crazy. Uh, it sounds very, gloomy when people say, okay, you have to take care of your health, wake up in the morning, do yoga, and if your mind and health is good, your business will be good. It's true, but the reality is, you cannot do these things easily. When you are running here and there and back and forth doing everything, in a nascent stage, you cannot do that.
Correct.
Maybe some people can do it. I'm not able to do it. But to keep myself sane, I just spend time with my daughter and my family, and that keeps me, grounded. Sometime you have to talk to yourself. I practice a lot of abundance and gratitude. I believe in law of attraction, so I practice that. That keeps me, planted.
And when we're talking about law of attraction, in a way, ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा talked about topic है for everybody on the internet nowadays. How does it exactly work according to you?
I think it's a belief system, Nidhi.
हाँ.
मानो तो सब कुछ है, नहीं मानो तो कुछ नहीं है, right?
So you do a journal sort of a thing, or how does that
No
go?
journals. No
Just
journals.
you visualize things.
I visualize, and most of the time it happens. I visualize that this is going to happen, it happens. So I'm not following it that way, like in a very strict way, but I do gratitude prayer every day before going to bed. I think it is required. आपको शुक्रगुजार होना पड़ता है. Yes, जो भी है आज वो सब कुछ किसी ने दिया ही है, हम तो सब जरिया ही है.
Correct.
So I believe in these things. These things keep me grounded and planted all the time. Otherwise तो पागल होने के लिए entrepreneurship में 1 घंटे भी हो जाएगा कोई भी.
That is true.
हाँ, तो कई बार समझ नहीं आता कि डिसीजन कैसे लेने हैं. Then you have to talk to your partners. Your partners is your first,
Go-to people.
Exactly. I mean, don't hide anything from them. Talk to them. Most of the solutions तो वहीं से ही आ जाते हैं.
Sort of like आपको insights की बहुत ज़रूरत होती है sometimes, है ना? जब आप खुद clearly कुछ figure out नहीं कर पा रहे हो, go and talk to somebody because उसका perspective different है, आपका different है, you never know क्या insight आपको मिल
Absolutely
जाए.
true. और कई बार क्या होता है कि हम लोग मिलके इस प्रॉब्लम का सॉल्यूशन निकाल लेते हैं. जहाँ जरूरत पड़ती है सब
Figure
खड़े हो
out
जाते
कर
हैं.
लेते हैं.
हाँ, तो वो सपोर्ट मुझे मिला हुआ है.
Correct.
तो that these things keep me sane. Yeah.
The domain that you are in specifically, एक external influence जो होता है, which is very impactful for any entrepreneur for that matter. Has there been any sort of external influence on you, or probably in terms of compliances, जो you would like to highlight, and how actually you got out of those compliances in a way, or how do you cater to such situations?
Yes. I mean ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है हर एक एंटरप्रेन्योर के लिए. अगर आप कुछ भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की तरफ जा रहे हैं, वैसे तो हर चीज़ में कंप्लाइंस है. यू गो इन फूड सेक्टर, टेक्सटाइल, प्लास्टिक्स, iron manufacturing, steel manufacturing, anything, you name it, anything. There are compliances for each and every sets. It's like a different silos. अगर आप फैक्ट्री चला रहे हो ना, आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. क्योंकि I have to, अगर मैं अपनी बात करूँ, I have to deal with lot of things. We deal with labor department, we deal with pollution department, we deal with food department, legal metrology department, GST department. There are, I mean, you name it. It's a endless list. You have to deal with everybody, and when you are new, very fragile and very soft initially, everybody wants a piece of something. There are good people as well. I'm not blaming any particular department. It's just an example. Like in any company, there are good people, bad people. In the department as well, good and bad people are there. So initially, when these are the obstacles, basically these are the obstacles in entrepreneurship. The day Inspector Raj will go away, India will bloom like anything. Current government is trying their level best to eradicate these things, but these things are so deeply rooted, it's very difficult to uproot them.
Correct.
It will take ages.
Correct.
I mean, it sounds very easy over the when we converse, it's very easy. Okay, nothing happens. It's everybody is promoting you, everybody is supporting you. Go and do it. You will realize what kind of problems are there. So compliance is very difficult. I mean, डिफ़िकल्ट कर दिया गया उसको. ऐसा है नहीं कि वो डिफ़िकल्ट है. आप फॉलो तो करने ही पड़ेंगे, जो भी है रूल्स रेगुलेशंस तो फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे. बट ये जो सिस्टम इतना डीपली रूटेड है ना, इसको चेंज करना इट विल टेक टाइम. इट्स नॉट ईजी फॉर वन लीडर टू चेंज इट. इट विल टेक सम टाइम. जिस दिन ये चेंज हो गया, उसके बाद तो आप एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की देखेंगे, लाइन लग जाएगी लोगों की. पीपल वुड लव टू बी इन दिस फील्ड. बट अभी यही ऑब्स्टेकल्स बहुत आते हैं. आपको डील करना पड़ता है डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स के साथ. आप अगर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन अच्छी रखोगे कोई कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा, फॉलो करोगे एवरीथिंग विल बी गुड, बट स्टिल दे आर इफ एंड बट्स, आप कितने भी सच्चे हो जाओ, दे आर लूप होल्स एंड वो चीज़ बहुत हर्ट करती है। सो ये चीज़ें फेस किया है हमने, और ये हर कोई फेस करता है और करना पड़ेगा। अगर आप इस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग लाइन में आ रहे हो, इवन you are going in a retail sector, not in the manufacturing, you have to go with all these kind of things. You cannot ignore them. You have to take them along with you. So you have to be a part of system. If you're not a part of system, they will kick you out. It's an unfortunate thing. I'm saying this openly, but everybody knows this inside. Like it has to be done.
It has to be fixed in a way.
Yes. Otherwise, you cannot do business here. And it's everywhere. You have to be a part of the system wherever you are doing the job or business or manufacturing, whatever.
Agreed. Because anyways ऐसा होता है ना, जो apple in the basket of oranges is anyways the soft target for anybody. So same goes here also, है ना, मतलब जिस फील्ड में आप हो और आप एकदम डिफरेंट चल रहे हो, आउट ऑफ द सिस्टम चल रहे हो इन अ वे, सो यू वुड एनीवे बी द टारगेट।
लोग आएंगे गिराने,
हाँ
लोग आए हैं गिराने, बहुत चीज़ें हुई हैं, कंपटीशन ने ही करा है, प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट करी हैं। सो दैट्स अ ह्यूमन नेचर। आप कॉर्पोरेट में भी व्हेन यू ट्राई टू गेट प्रमोटेड, देयर आर पीपल टू पुल यू डाउन, सेम गोज फॉर द बिजनेस एज वेल। So you know how to deal with such elements. If you are able to give a befting reply to those people, you will shine. Otherwise, if you get scared with the system, with the people, you will be eaten up. So it's a part. If anybody is coming into this entrepreneurship, be ready for these things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as we are concluding this episode today, what is one advice that you think that you would like to give to the younger people who are getting into entrepreneurship, apart from being agile with the compliances and stuff? One thing that you think that these people should have in their minds very clearly, so that they can actually go out and create an impact in whatever field they choose to be in.
Okay, I'll talk about my experience. उसके basis पे इसे conclude कर देते हैं। कुछ भी चीज़ शुरू करने से पहले ना, you should know at least the basics of this. अब एक दूसरे को देख के कूद जाते हो कि मैं भी करूँगा, मैं भी ये खोलूँगा, मैं भी ये स्टार्ट करूँगा, पता नहीं होता है। बहुत सारे मेरी फील्ड में भी लोग आए, उनको कुछ बेसिक्स क्लियर नहीं था, एंड दे एंडेड अप लूजिंग देयर मनी एंड इवेंचुअली दे वेंट बैक टू व्हाट दे वर डूइंग। सो आप कुछ भी करना चाह रहे हो, गवर्नमेंट ने बहुत अच्छी स्कीम्स लगाई हुई हैं, बहुत अच्छी स्कीम्स हैं हमारी कंट्री में, पहले उनके बारे में जान लो। जो भी आपके ऑडियंस करना चाहते हैं, जस्ट नो अबाउट दो स्कीम्स। फैसिलिटेटर्स हैं, इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर्स हैं, और वो पेपर पे नहीं है, एक्चुअल में है। मुझे भी हेल्प मिली है वहाँ से। आप वो स्कीम्स के बारे में जानिए, जस्ट लर्न अबाउट द बिजनेस यू वांट टू स्टार्ट, गो एंड टेक अ ट्रेनिंग समवेयर। NSIC फॉर एग्जांपल, दे प्रोवाइड इंक्यूबेशन ट्रेनिंग ऑफ एवरीथिंग, टेक्सटाइल, आयुर्वेदा, food products, manufacturing, bakeries. I mean, the list is endless. Learn about those things, implement on a very small scale, and then gradually grow it up. So this advice is something I would give to everybody. If you want to do something, learn about it. Don't blindly just follow other person. Yes, just learn about it, then only come into this. And other advice, the last advice I would say, there will be people who will come to you because you are not aware about the system. You are not aware about how these things are going to happen. They will tell you, okay, I'll do it. Give me this X amount of money. I will fill the form for you. I will apply the scheme for you. I will apply the license for you. Everything is doable by own. You can easily do it on your own. You don't need people to teach you or spoon feed you. If you are able to come out of this thing, if you are able to do things on your own, then sky is the limit to grow.
Dependency आपको खत्म करना है ना,
exactly.
Right? Figure it out for yourself rather than being dependent on somebody else.
Right. So these two advice, I would like to give to everybody. Learn and implement on your own, and you will do good.
Absolutely does make sense.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bharat. We got to know you a little better. Next time when we call you on the episode, we would love to discuss more about the compliances which are there, more ideas that you can share to people, how they can actually leverage from all these factors that are available in terms of incubation and the facilitators that are there.
Yeah.
And we will conclude on this particular episode here itself.
Thank you so much, Nidhi, for having me on the show. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure.